Hey everybody, it's Gemini Curls, aka Shaniqua. Welcome to my channel. So today's going to be another vlog, and I want to talk about hair care misconceptions within the black community. I was just thinking about this the other day, just thinking about all of the bad things that I did to my hair in order to try to get it to grow before I went natural and before I educated myself about hair care. And it bothers me the amount of misconception out there regarding black hair and how much it's believed, like it's accepted as fact. And I was just wondering, like, how did all this misinformation get spread specifically through the black community, and we believe things will make our hair grow that in reality do the opposite, you know? The first main, biggest, hugest misconception that I can think of is, you know, it's not good to get your hair wet. Water is the purest form of moisture for any part of your body, but, you know, even your hair. Without your strands being moisturized, all they're ever gonna do is stay dry and snap off and break, and your hair will stay at the same length without you ever having to cut it. Why do we avoid water so much? Now, I understand because of the nature of black hair, when water hits it, it tends to frizz, tends to poof out, you know. But it's like, it goes beyond that with the intensity with which we avoid water a lot of times. It goes beyond just, oh, it'll make my hair poof, it'll make my hair frizz, and I'll have to do it over again. You know, a lot of times, just based on how people talk about getting their hair wet and stuff, you would think that a lot of black people think water is bad for their hair, like it's just not good. One time I was browsing the internet and I forgot exactly what I was looking for, but I searched, I stumbled across a Yahoo Answers forum, and someone had a hair question, and they were like, you know, my hair is getting really, really dry, it's getting really brittle, what do you guys suggest I do to moisturize it? One of the responses said something about, you know, water being the moisturizer for your hair, and the person who asked the question was like, you know, I only want real legitimate answers. I'm talking to the person that says they use water to moisturize their hair. How stupid, or something like that. To which I was very shocked, because why would you go on a public forum and ask for advice and then reject the one sound piece of advice that you got, you know? Like, I think this person was looking for, you know, product recommendations, like, oh, what do you use to moisturize your hair? Maybe it'll work in mine. And that just really, it didn't sit well with me. I didn't like that at all. Like, water is moisture. If water moisturizes the inside of your body, if you need water to stay healthy and all that, doesn't it make logical sense that water would also be a healthy thing to put on your hair? You know, I just wish that we thought about stuff like this more in our community. Trimming your ends will make your hair grow. Trimming the ends of your hair will not make your hair grow, because your hair is constantly growing regardless. Hair grows from the scalp, not the ends. So your ends have nothing to do with what your scalp puts out. Now, the reason why people say that is because if you have damaged ends and they are splitting and breaking off and dry and brittle and all that other stuff, that damage, as long as it sits there, will travel further and further up the strand, and more of your hair will have to be cut off when you do eventually get it cut. So avoiding getting trims can be detrimental to the health of your hair, and I think that's part of where the misconception that trimming your ends makes your hair grow. Your hair's gonna grow regardless. It's all a matter of, are you keeping it? Are you retaining that length that your scalp is putting out? Or are you doing things that will continue to cause it to break off. Grease is not a moisturizer. I really want people to understand that. Grease does not moisturize your hair. Grease should not be put on your scalp. Grease and petroleum and mineral oil type products do have, or I shouldn't say do, but can have a place in a good, healthy hair care regimen without any long-term negative effects. You just have to know how to use them. Mineral oil type products on your scalp will clog your pores because the skin on your scalp is the same as the skin on your face and everywhere else on your body. It has pores. Out of those pores and follicles, your hair grows. If they are clogged from excessive oil and dirt, your hair, it has a more difficult time breaking through all of that, those layers of grime and dirt and all that. So it can actually stunt your hair growth to put grease directly in your scalp. Like, oh yeah, I'm greasing my scalp. No, don't do that. Don't do that. If you avoid water like the plague and then you're slapping grease on your hair, all you're doing is lubricating your hair. You're not moisturizing it. If there's no water in your hair strands, your hair is not moisturized. Now, if you apply grease type products on your hair when it's wet, that's going to seal all of that moisture in. Mineral oil is a great sealant. It really is. I've heard people using straight up Vaseline on their hair. Well, yeah, you guys know. I talked to you about it in another video. You know, people use Vaseline on their hair as a sealant, grease like Blue Magic, you know, all the typical grease type stuff. It can be used in a healthy hair care regimen. You just have to know how to use it. If you're putting it on dry hair, all you're doing is sealing moisture out. Dirty hair grows faster. I've heard that before. Like, the longer you go between washes, like the dirtier your hair gets, the more it grows. That misconception isn't as widespread as most of the other ones that I've said, but I've heard it before. And I'm just like, that doesn't make any sense. If your scalp is not clean, the follicles are blocked, so it makes it more difficult for hair to actually come through. And the longer you leave it dirty, the longer your hair growth will be stunted. Wash your hair, people. Water is not your enemy. Water is your friend. Go ahead, get your hair soaked under that shower stream. Seriously. I've heard relaxers make your hair grow. That applying that relaxer to your scalp, to your new growth, doesn't make more new growth come out. That new growth is gonna come out no matter what. It's just, you know, you can clearly see the rate of growth when you do have a relaxer, because you've got that line of demarcation between the two textures. But nothing you put on your head is going to make your hair grow. Like, no. What you put in your body will influence how your hair grows. Like, if you've got a poor diet and you don't exercise, you never drink water, that's gonna stunt your hair growth. Like, but if you lead a healthy lifestyle, I guarantee, you know, if you're drinking lots of water, eating right, exercising, I guarantee your hair will thank you for it, definitely. I can't think of any more. I don't know. I'm sure there are more. Because, you know, the whole point of this video was because when I was thinking about it, I was just like, most of the things that black people believe are good for their hair are in fact the opposite and are bad for your hair. And I just want to know, how is it that we are the one race that has come to think that water is bad for your hair and that cutting your hair is what's going to make it grow, or putting on relaxers or specific products make your hair grow? Why are we the race that it's just accepted that we have short hair and we can't get it to grow past a certain length? That shouldn't be accepted. But it needs to not be surprising for black women to have long hair. And it needs to not be like, oh, well, she has long hair because she has good hair. Those are terms we never applied to ourselves before slavery and coming here. I don't really want to get into the whole politics of hair, but it's a very serious topic to me. It shouldn't be like whenever you see a black girl with long hair, your first question is that her real hair? That's a shame. That shouldn't be the case. Why can't we just have our long hair natural or relaxed? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I prefer natural hair, obviously, duh. But you know, if you choose to relax, that's your prerogative. Just do it. Make it be an informed decision and not something that you're doing just out of habit because that's all you've ever known. You know? So many women get in this mindset that like a relaxer is standard. I asked my mother why she permed my hair. Like, you know, was my hair bad? Was it difficult? You know, she was like, no. I was like, so why'd you relax it? She was like, that's just what black moms did. So sad. That is so sad to me. It's become a part of our culture to chemically alter something as integral as our hair. It's become part of our culture to change something that makes our race so unique to resemble the hair of other people. This video is turning into something so different from what I planned, but whatever. The camera's on, I'm talking, we'll deal with it. Like, there are women giving 2-year-olds relaxers. 2? At 2 years old, your hair follicles have not even like finished developing. You can't say, oh, she had bad hair at 2. Like, her hair did not finish developing. You have no idea what it would have turned out to be. No idea. You gave it 2 years. And it's not like every baby is born with a full head of hair. You know? People's hair have to develop. And we take that chance away from our youth, honestly. It's become a part of our culture to strip away one of the defining characteristics of being black women. We don't do it to the men because our men are expected to keep their hair cut low. Like, all these negatives are associated with our hair. It's negative for our men to grow their hair in its loose state. And I mean, even people give side eyes to dreads and cornrows and braids and stuff, unless you got good hair. If you got good hair, it's acceptable. Almost. You know, as long as it ain't too long. And that's something that always used to like bother me when I was younger, like in middle school and high school. How like the guys that did have hair, a lot of times it was way longer than the girls, and it was just like, why is it so easy for guys to just grow their hair out? It never clicked in my mind, well, guys don't get perms, girls do. You know, if you don't know how to have a serious hair care regimen, relaxers are just gonna destroy your hair, honestly. You can throw shade at me, disagree with me, whatever, they are. If you're not maintaining your hair, a relaxer is just gonna destroy it. Some people have hair that just can't take those chemicals. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with our hair, people. There's nothing wrong with our hair. Black people have the most unique hair on the planet. Name me another race that has hair like ours. Any other race you look at, their hair is somewhat similar. You know, some have more curly hair than others, but it's never to the extent and the irregularity of black hair. That's one characteristic of black hair that I have noticed. Like we have curly hair for the most part, but it's not like spiral curls like you would typically think of. I call black hair wiggly hair, or at least I should say my hair. I call my hair wiggly hair because like if I were to do like a wash and go or something, my curls most of the time don't spiral like this. They make like little C shapes and do like that. And that's what my curls look like. They don't look like little loopy S's most of the time. They're still curls, you know what I mean? But it's wiggly. I don't know. That's what I call it. This video is so ridiculous. Never left you in the cold in the first place. Oh, baby. So I'm loving twist outs. Twist outs are awesome. I like them better than wash and goes. Never thought I'd say that. Because I feel like wash and goes are like the most natural looking hairstyle. Like it's, you know, it's just locking in your curl pattern with like leave-in conditioner or a gel or both or whatever. You just lock in your hair's natural texture. So I feel like wash and goes are like the most natural look, but they can create issues. Any hairstyle can create issues. But yeah, I definitely prefer twist outs. Alright, I'm gonna cut this off because I'm just talking out the side of my neck right now. Yeah. Bye. Yeah. So, that was probably a really weird intro because I didn't know how I wanted to word it, but whatever. Okay, so now that one, I almost understand it, but oh my gosh, this sun. I always get sun in my eyes when I'm trying to talk to you guys. I can't see myself, so I hope you guys can see me. Okay, now I can. Hold on, my song just came on. Hey. Alright, I'm done now. But yeah, that shouldn't be the norm. I feel like I'm preaching. I don't want to preach. But that's how I feel though.